Yo, what's up? I just took like a bunch of haritaki, so if I cough, it's that powder in the back of my throat. I was like, this shit right here is really, really fucking good for the immune system. So yeah, anyways, I just want to let y'all know about melanated people and black people. Throughout centuries and thousands of years, there's been race mixing to the point where the soul is hidden, and the black woman and the black man will forever be God and the original human of the planet, the only human of the planet. But because melanin is so cosmic and interdimensional and outside of this plane of existence, there's more to melanin now in this world than just skin pigmentation. There are Hispanics, biracials, black people, of course, Asians, Indians. There are even people with ivory, white-looking skin who cosmically pass as black because they are still soul beings. There is still enough melanin in their DNA for them to tap into because of the years and years of race mixing. We need to stop focusing on the outside. Damn, that shit is strong. The outside of the skin and focus on the DNA, the science, the truth. Melanin is so potent to the point where even when we have unnatural mutations, DNA mutations on the planet, if you're touched by melanin, you are still melanated. You still have access to this DNA, making you cosmically black. Maybe not third dimensionally, but cosmically, you are black. If you have melanin in the DNA, that is leeway for a soul to tap into your vessel. You're not going to have a soulless being tapping into a melanated vessel. It's just not how this shit works, because a soul is connected to the source, to the cosmos. It exists outside of this realm. It is ancient, and just like melanin and darkness, melanin is darkness. It is the universe. So if you have a straight Caucasian with barely any raw carbon in their DNA, you're most likely not going to see a soul tapped into that vessel, because a soul comes here for a soul purpose, and a soulless being has a completely whole different purpose on this planet. If you see, the only time you really see melanated beings or black beings or souls on this planet is when they incarnated into a white body to get a message across, because we live in a world of white privilege. And a lot of times we can't even get information across unless we're white. For instance, Aleister Crowley, the only reason he was even able to get as much information out, like the Necronomicon and shit like that, as he did, was because he was white passing. But a lot of those crackers did not know that he was really a black entity who incarnated into a white body for a sole purpose. We're always on top. We're always on top. So this video is really just a little quick reminder that a lot of the Hispanics and Asians and even white passing people that you see, just because they're not pure black, it's a melting pot. A lot of the gods are hidden now because of all the different races on the planet and the European raping everyone. The European doesn't have as much power to wipe out the melanin in our DNA as people think he does now. For instance, I'm a biracial. I'm not saying that my blood is pure, because scientifically it's not. I come from a white woman, and the black woman is the holder of the Eve gene, the mitochondrial DNA, the seed for all things possible on the planet. And I did not come from a white woman. This vessel, this body did not come from a black woman. This vessel did not come from a black woman. So I cannot say that my skin or my body or my DNA or my blood is pure. But because I've tapped in and I know myself and I recognize what I am on other dimensions, I realized that I chose to take on this vessel. And a lot of that has to do because of the melanin in my vessel, because I have a black father. I have not yet figured out, which I will, I have not yet figured out why I took on this vessel. I know a lot of it had to do with understanding different perspectives in this realm and to add to the Akasha, because we all experience different facets of life according to the Akasha. There are black men and women who go through homelessness, murder, poverty, richness, fame, suffering, prosperity. We go through every facet of life you can think of. We come here and we go through it to add to the Akashic records because we are divine. And we come from a place much, much higher than our egos. Before we come into this vessel, we come from a place of the highest form of knowledge and knowing. We already know that this ego in this life is temporary and we don't hold it against ourselves. We already know, oh, this shit means nothing to us until we come into this life, and the deeper that we're into it, the more that we seem to identify with it. That's why sometimes we go through hardships like miscarriages, homelessness, losing loved ones. We go through all these sad things in life and we wonder, why would I choose this life? Why would I go through this? This is terrible. We go through it for a higher reason. And we know this before we come here. And the universe happens to those who can handle it. And that's why melanated people have gone through the worst conditions on the planet. Slavery, genocide, you already know what we've gone through and what your ancestors have gone through. And it's cosmic. It's all for a higher understanding, and because you agreed to come down here and to experience the third dimension in the earth realm because you could handle it and because you're strong and you came here for knowledge and you came here to rise. So never forget that, honestly. Yeah. There's a lot more to melanin than skin pigmentation, and a lot of y'all thinking that even though scientifically we are separated because of mutation, cosmically we're not. This world, when you really look at it, it's the whites and the non-whites. Everyone black, Asiatic, Hispanic, Indian, Islander, Hawaiian, anything that you can think of that isn't white, we're probably all melanated and of the same seed, and our DNA is dominant in the roots of humanity, which is the black woman and the black man. I like to put the woman first because, well, if you're into this at all, you know why I put the woman first. So yeah, that's my 2 cents, and I'll be coming out with more videos, probably on herbs and stuff. Like I have my black seed oil, I have my haritaki powder, burdock root. Yeah, I'll be talking more and more about how to activate your DNA and to cleanse your body of calcifying chemicals and stuff like that. This was just a quick conversation, and I'll see you guys when I have time. I just got approved for my apartment, so I'll be moving into my apartment probably in the next few days, probably Monday. So I'll have a lot more time and focus and peace to plan my videos and come out with more specific things. So yeah. Thank you for listening. This is Hannah. Please like and subscribe. I'm that bitch. Good night.